You're black, not Latina. Imagine thinking you did your big one by saying that to me. Y you're saying that to someone que está orgullosa de ser colombiana, dominicana, y morena. Look, I'm a firm believer that you gotta leave ignorant people where you found them, but let me educate you a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? This is not the first time that I hear this. Did you know, and you probably didn't because you said this, that the slave trade did not only take place in America, it also took place in parts of the Caribbean, South America, and Central America. And before America did it, and I'm not proud to say this, but before America did it, and Google this, DR was the first country to ever import slaves, which is why you see a huge population of black people in the DR. Not all of us are black, but the majority of us are. It is 2023, y'all. And people still do not know the difference between race and ethnicity. Ethnically, mi mamá, que de Colombia, mi papá, que era dominicano, makes me Latina. Spanish was my first language. Racially, I'm a woman of color, I'm melanated. Now let me say this, okay? Because I identify as an Afro Latina, but I also know that I'm light-skinned. And because I'm light-skinned, there's so much privilege that I'm gonna have, and my experiences are gonna be different from someone who identifies as an Afro Latina and is of a darker skin complexion. But people still say stuff like this, and this is what I've talked about so many times. Please, before you say anything like that to someone, just be educated, okay?
Let's discuss this a little bit, because I find that with African Americans, I have to explain this term a lot. So, the short answer is this: Afro Latinos belong to both groups. They're both black and Latinos, since black is a race and Latino is an ethnicity. All right, they're the people of African descent in Mexico, Central and South America, and the Spanish-speaking Caribbean, as well as Brazil and Haiti. And by extension, those of African descent in the United States whose origins are in Latin America and the Caribbean, like...
Why is it so hard for y'all to believe I'm from Colombia? I get that you don't see the people like me on TV shows from Colombia, but you can clearly hear my accent, like... Hablo español, es mi primer idioma, si soy de Colombia, no estoy mintiendo.
The term negrita, to me, there are two meanings. First, it depends on who's saying it. I understand it to be a term of endearment. So negrita can be something like saying, you know, my black girl, my love.
It's often used in kind of a way, oh no, it's just friendly, but you also hear it in kind of negative terms, like who the negrita over there, like the little black girl over there.
Negrita is one that's used in songs, and like most of the like songs, salsa songs for ladies and stuff, even now, like are like mi negrita this and mi negrita that. So there's some sort of like cariño en it.
Colombia, tierra querida, himno de fe y armonía. Cantemos, cantemos todos, grito de paz y alegría. Vivemos, siempre vivemos a nuestra patria querida. Su suelo es una oración y es un canto de la vida. Su suelo es una oración y es un canto de la vida. Cantando, cantando yo viviré. Colombia, tierra querida. Cantando, cantando yo viviré. Colombia, tierra querida.
Okay, I know this is gonna sound super weird to all the gringos out there, but guess, like, listen to this. Yes, you can call us mi amor, you can call us bebé, mamacita, but this is overrated. If you are dating a brown skin Colombian woman, baby, you can call me mi negrita. It can't get any better than that. You can't call me mi negrita.
Negra, me encanta mi negra. Esa es
mi negra.
Mi negra.
Mi negro. So I was tagging this video to give my opinion about this. As many of you know, I was born and raised in Cali, Colombia for 16 years of my life, so I know what I'm talking about. Being called negro or negra in the States is not the same as being called negro or negra in Colombia. We have different history, different backgrounds. Being called mi negra in Cali to the dark-skinned people is a compliment. Black women are the most beautiful women. They don't need to get plastic surgery. They are naturally beautiful. In Cali, they are the pioneers of our culture. Salsa, which was, invented by black people. And that's the reason why Cali is so recognized around the world as la capital mundial de la salsa, because of black people. So being called mi negra, mi negro is not racist, and it's not an insult. It's an appreciation. And now I'm gonna have so many Colombian Americans come here and tell me that I'm wrong. If you don't believe me, go to Cali and you'll see by yourself.
Afro-Dominican, Black Dominican, Afro-Latina. Everyone has their own story of what it means to be a Black Latina. Like there's the obvious definition that people might use, like a Black person of Latin American descent. But for me, it's me being someone who came from a two-parent household, raised, going to schools, in addition to connecting very much so with the Black American community, as well as the Caribbean community, as well as the African community. And I just think that it's an amazing thing that I can say that I have all these influences that make up who I am, and yet I can still be proud of being a Black Latina, and like no one can take that away.
Det var första gången vi möttes, våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg det igen? Du vill ha ice and little fingers, då du vet det chalas. All in, ingen broms, schackmatt på din vänster hand. Du är så viktig baby, ja du allians. Du är försiktig baby, men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby, men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby, ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som dig.
My name is Jennifer Melanie, as you already know, and I am from Equatorial Guinea, Central Africa. This is why I speak Spanish. Equatorial Guinea is a very tiny country that was colonized by Spain. And if you see me speaking any other languages and you're wondering like, how is she African? She's Black and she's speaking Spanish. Well, this is the reason why I am 100% African. Now, for the people that are wondering if I was raised in Africa or in the US, I was raised in Guinea until I was 12 years old, which is when I moved to the US to start school. Okay, that was just a little background of myself that I just wanted to put out there, because I know a lot of people might be thinking, oh my gosh, she's Latina. No soy Latina, soy africana, 100%. All right, bye, y'all have a good day.
Hablas pero súper bien. ¿De dónde eres? Soy de Guinea Ecuatorial. ¿Ecuador? Guinea Ecuatorial. Es un país africano donde se habla español. Ah, no sabía que en África se hablaba español. Sí, desafortunadamente fuimos colonizados por España y por eso hablamos español. Ya. Pero, ¿cómo aprendiste realmente? Porque es muy raro conocer a morenitos como tú expresándose tan bien.
No recordaba lo bueno que era estar a solas, sin que me juzguen, con mis amigas cantando rolas. Que me aprecien, pero no tanto. Quiero estar sola, estar soltera, no disponible y siendo moda.
Hi guys, so I'm Colombian, right? And I'm a big promoter of my country, and today I want to explain why Colombia is on a red list in many countries. I would put it to that, definitely. You know why? Because anytime you come to this country and you land here, you don't want to go back to your country, and of course it represents a bit dangerous for any country's economy or government, imagine. And when they say, oh, Colombia is just drugs, let me show you what's the drugs here.
En mi mente lo pasamos bien la vida, pero realmente siempre me olvida. Quiero que seas muy contenta, quiero escapar la tormenta. Quítate la ropa bien mojadita, fuerte mar y se llama indica. Yeah. Tú me das ansiedad cuando no me mires a los ojos. Y aquí estás tranquila cuando me tiras a los lobos.
Come with me to an Afro-Colombian fest.
Yeah, and you are the time of my life. Amaru, yeah. You brought the days to my nights. Hey, I did everything I said, but I did it all my way. Oh wow, told you when you came my way, can nobody take your place. Oh wow, you know like the game them play, give it to you straight all day. Oh wow, body do the talking, babe. Baby if you make man praise. Oh wow, yeah. Today oh na odo ejinye la love me.
Here are the top 5 Latin countries that have the highest black populations. This list will surprise you. Let's get it, let's go! Number 5 on the list, it doesn't surprise you. Cuba, which is known for having a lot of Afro-Latinos, they have 1.1 million Afro-Latinos in Cuba. Or, yes, I know it's shocking, Mexico actually has the 4th highest population of Black Latin Americans, which has 1.3 million Afro-Latinos in Mexico. 3, Colombia. This should be no surprise. And I'm glad the Disney movie included some Afro-Latinos who represent Colombia. Colombia has 4.6 million Afro-Latinos. 2, Haiti. Yes, I know you're shocked, but Haiti does count as a Latin country, alright? This has 8.5 million Afro-Latinos. Number 1, surprise! Brazil with 14.5 million Afro-Latinos.
I was talking to a couple Black Colombian friends. We were laughing about how there's this ridiculous saying around how there's no racism in Latin America. We were saying people cannot pick out the racism in Latin America because it is so normalized. It is the custom. It's so normalized and so customary. Panama's equivalent of the N-word, chombo, chomba, a word used to degrade and dehumanize Afro-Antillanos, is used within the past couple decades, used to describe Black people. There are people alive today who remember being degraded and humiliated by that word. And Panamanians just use it as if it's business as usual. And it is. It's so customary and normalized that you have white Panamanians who use the word chomberia to describe their cooking. So normal and customary that you have white Panamanians of the oligarchy naming their cookbook Jumbo style. Could you imagine if white people were calling Black people nigger as a regular way to say Black person? So normalized and customary, we have restaurants called the Royal Plantation, that we have ice cream shops run by white people that's called Ay Mi Negra. Normal and customary that there are various stores called the Black Man or Blackie or some variation of negro or Black. Our language is steeped in anti-Blackness, racial othering, and anti-indigeneity that people just call it society.
El pelo crespo es en un país como el nuestro visto como desordenado, sin clase, ordinario un poco. Hay que empezar a cambiar Colombia, hay que empezar a cambiar América Latina. Yo soy Mabel Lara, soy periodista colombiana.
Del día, las primeras obras de arte de los pobladores.
Venía un poco intentando liberarme de la esclavitud de alisar mi pelo. Literal, llegué a aquel noticiero después de que estaba en unas vacaciones con mi pelo alborotado y le dije a mi directora, estoy cansada, ¿puedo salir crespa? Y me dijo, sí. Cuando recibí los trinos y aparecí por primera vez en pantalla con mi cabello crespo y que me decían que me veía como vulgar. Somos una sociedad muy tradicional, más que una sociedad racista, somos una sociedad clasista. Yo creo que son pequeñas acciones que hacen o ayudan a tener grandes batallas. Si la niña en el Chocó o en Cali cuando me ve dice, es como yo, no me voy a volver a alisar mi pelo, está bien. Para mí es un triunfo.
Proof that Afro Latinos are beautiful.
Tú sabes cómo es, cómo hacerlo, mami, contra la pared. No me dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Dale, dale, tra, tú sabes cómo es, cómo hacerlo, mami, contra la pared. No me dice nada y todo se le ve. El perreo no se acaba hasta las 3. Fanática lo luce porque tiene belleza y mueve ese booty más con tremenda certeza. Hay con esos ritmos y un par de cervezas. Ya nos ambientamos porque esto apenas comienza. Dígame, sé que nada de lo que veo acá nadie lo comprará, no está a la venta. Y yo le digo más, si tú perreas más.